So this is part two of the walkthrough of my miniature coaching inn. This is in quarter scale. And I did walk through part one because these two buildings in the front actually got sort of boxed in, as you can see, by part of the other buildings. So you can't see them as well. So before those went in, I wanted to sort of show the interiors of what those look like. But we're, I think, pretty much done now. There might be a few little touch-ups that I do. One of the things that I did, if you can see, is sort of did a little bit of weathering on the stagecoach and the horses, just because they were a bit shiny, and particularly the luggage on top looks super plastic. So I didn't go too crazy in repainting it, but just tried to give it a little bit, just a little bit of an edge. I might touch up those horses a little bit. They were particularly tricky to weather. But let's go around this side now. It's on a turntable. I do have the drawers out. Unfortunately, they're a bit sticky, so I don't think these are going to be something that I open frequently. But this will at least sort of capture it for posterity with the lights on. So we got a little bird there on top of the post, and you can see, like I said, that these houses are a bit boxed in now. You can still sort of see things, but not a tremendous amount, which is fine. That was the plan. We've got all of the baggage in the yard, and a bit of things sort of hanging here up on the balcony. I'll try to zoom in on that sign. I'm not sure whether you'll be able to see it or not. It's working fairly well. Yeah. And there's our yard baggage, and also some in that coachway. That was a lot of sort of the final bits to do, was really just sort of adding those last little bits of flavor to it, just to give it a bit of extra detail. So let's come around the back here, and there's another stagecoach sort of parked there, and a horse and a trough and melting block. And now you can see the detail of the rooms in the back. It's our stagecoach passenger dining room, and then there is a billiard room there, and we've got 2 bedrooms up here on top, and then a ballroom there. Everything's all nicely lit up, and then a coffee room down here. Try to be careful here, but down here is basically sort of a forge and sort of blacksmith space, presuming that they would be needing to do some shoeing of the horses, and a bit of baggage there. Let's swing around and take a look at this stable. We've got some wash hanging out to dry, because this is a washroom here, which you can see. And then we've got a horse in there. And if we come around here, inside here we've got another carriage, and then some sort of parts and bits and things sort of in this carriage house that they've been doing some work, and another sleeping space for one of the grooms or postilions that would ride. Let's just look at the rear yard from here. And this was one of the really key things that I wanted to do, because this is what you don't really see in extant coaching inns today, is this sort of rear area. So there would have been 2 coachways. There would have been one in the front from the street, and then there would have been a second one leading to the sort of more working rear yard. And it was that I really wanted to sort of capture. You had to sort of source the buildings together. I guess possibly it might have been more of an all-together sort of situation in reality, but I was working with what was available, so in terms of kits, because I'm not quite ready to scratch build all of this. As we come around here, this would have been sort of a road or a small path along one side of the building, so we've got a farm cart that's potentially coming around to maybe bring some supplies. And then we've got here, this is basically the second sort of kitchen area, servants' hall, that they might potentially use to cook if they had a really big meal to cook. And then we've got, of course, some bunk beds here where the postilions or grooms might have slept, and the table to eat, and then some more storage and sort of scullery space here. And then below that is another stable. This one's got more horses in it. You can see a saddle that was particularly fiddly to put together. And then we've got our horses, fire buckets. I got some great little animals from Mini Gems. The pigs were from her, and also you see this little rabbit and cat, and actually fell off. That's not good. There was also a little squirrel, but he appears to have fallen off, so I don't know where he went. He might not return if I don't find him, but that's okay. So here we've got the storage area. So we got like a big coffee grinder there and some coal and various food and game hanging here. Actually, probably not legally game, but could have been not legally game. And then another storage area. And then if I pop the roof, you can see there's also things stored here. It was also fun populating all of those with all sorts of little bits and bobs. And then over here we've got 2 more bedrooms. And then as I come down, this is a more formal dining space. It's all laid out. And then a tap room with my bar that I scratch built so that I'd have a bar that was a little bit more period accurate. This is all sort of various periods all together of Georgian and Regency. And then we come back around to the front. So that's it. This has been multiple years in the making now. A lot of work, so it's kind of exciting to really see it basically done, unless I find that squirrel, and then he'll get glued down. But yeah, this is my quarter scale coaching inn. I found the squirrel. Hopefully he's going to stay there this time.